Yo, man, welcome to No True Ball with your host, Brian Payne. Hey, you guys, I'm coming to you today on Football Sunday, man. We're going to get it in once again. Hey, you guys, the playoff picture's round the shape. We find out where teams are going to be seated for the most part, and we find out who's in the playoffs. Now, just an FYI for you guys, your boy's dealing with a sinus infection. Been dealing with it since this past Wednesday. So my voice may be a little groggy. I apologize. My hearing is messed up because my ears are inflamed. So just work with me, flow with me. But we're still gonna have a good time. We're gonna get through this episode. It's No True Ball with your host, Brian Payne, and that's how we're gonna get into it. There was a lot of games previously played because the NFL think they're the NBA trying to play a game on every day of the week. So we got games that happen on Wednesday, on Christmas Day, which hopefully all you guys had a great Christmas. Then we had a game take place Thursday. Then we had 3 games take place Saturday. So there's a lot of little reviews that we're going to do with those games. But we're going to try to hurry up and get done in about 30-35 minutes like we typically try to do on Sunday mornings. And then we're going to enjoy watching the games. So let's go ahead and get this thing cracking. Hey, first game we're going to talk about is what happened on Christmas Day between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Pittsburgh Steelers. In this game went exactly how I expected it to go. I thought it'd be an easy dub for the Kansas City Chiefs. I didn't think the Steelers actually were going to have promote much of a challenge to the Chiefs. The biggest challenge would have been if T.J. Watt could get off against Jawan Taylor, which he had a good day. I mean, he didn't have the numbers, but you talk about he forced at least 3 holding penalties in that game and things like that. All those things matter because he's such a great player. But the biggest thing that's taking place is that the 2 biggest things is that Joe Thuney is kicked out to left tackle. He's gotten better every week, by the way, playing left tackle. It's making me have a question of should we just leave him there for the playoffs or should you try to put DJ Humphries there to bolster your running game with Joe Thuney back in the guard spot. So it's all going to depend on how healthy DJ Humphries is, but it's a conundrum the Chiefs need to figure out as they go into the playoffs. Now, getting into the next part of it, you see the offense that I thought that the Chiefs was going to be when fully healthy before the season started. Hollywood Brown being slotted at the wide receiver 2 spot now pushes Worthy to the wide receiver 3, which also D-Hop is the one who was supposed to be Rashee Rice, but that's what it is. And what that allows is everyone is properly slated. And now when everybody's slated, now that everybody's properly slated, everyone can run their route tree. Now you got the safeties 20 yards back. Now you got Worthy that could be kind of a gadget guy right now, doing a lot of the Tyreek Hill-esque things that we saw early in his career. Same with Deshaun Jackson as well, back with the Philadelphia Eagles. This is how Andy Reid brings his wide receivers along. He gives them small doses and things of that nature. You have a fast route runner in Hollywood Brown that Mahomes already trusts because they did a lot of work in the offseason. And then you got your big physical guy in DeAndre Hopkins. Everyone is properly slotted. And what that allows also is now Travis Kelce, he gets his opportunities now to eat. Because now you got to put the bigger safety in corner over D-Hop. You got to go watch over the top with Hollywood Brown and Worthy. Now it opens it up in the middle for Travis Kelce to do more work. Once we get into the playoffs, you guys are going to see more of the 3 wide receiver sets. Right now, you're seeing a lot of 2 wide receiver sets because we're running 2 tight ends. But when we get into the playoffs, you're going to see a lot more of the 3 wide receiver sets. Patrick Mahomes in this game, he went 320 and 3 tutties. Easy tutties in this game. I'm telling you guys, this Chief offense is ready to rock and roll finally. It's not going to be what it once was with Tyreek Hill and all that kind of stuff. I'm not saying that. But it could be better than what it was last year. And they won a Super Bowl with that offense last year. Now, I don't think I got actually to the final score of this game. The final score of this game was 29-10 with the Kansas City Chiefs winning. Don't pay no attention to the Chiefs haven't scored 30 points all season. Bro, they've been right there at the door many times this season. 26 points, 27 points, 29-point wins. Like, what good is it to score one more point just to say that, like, oh, we're not in the same realm as the Jags? Like, nobody gives a damn. We're 15-1 at the end of the day. We did this game without Chris Jones. Still dominated the Pittsburgh Steelers front line. This is what I've been telling you guys, bringing in the guys like Charles Omenihu, Mike Dana, and all these guys getting healthy to help George Karlaftis. The Chiefs defensive line is going to be real going to the playoffs. This team was at its worst week 1. As the season goes on, the team gets healthier. The team was actually at its worst like week 4 or 5 when Rashee Rice got hurt. Then as the season gets healthier, as the guys get healthier and the season goes on, they're gaining more guys back. This is a team that was 5-0, 6-0, 7-0. Y'all know all the O's. And now you're saying that they're going to get better? Good luck stopping that train. For the Pittsburgh Steelers, you saw their limitations. This is why I said Justin Fields should be the starter, because I would just rather progress him. I'm not saying that he's better than Russell Wilson today, but I think that they're so close that, like, I would just go with the younger guy and progress him, because the offense may be more open with Russell Wilson. With Justin Fields. More playmaking involved. For example, a lot of those sacks that we got, maybe we don't get those if that's Justin Fields back there. Maybe he breaks out and he runs for 10 yards. Maybe that happens. But the Steelers chose their path. The biggest thing I would say if I was Steelers, I would not pay Russell Wilson in the offseason. If I bring him back, I'm bringing him back at $30 million, $35 million. Absolute cap. Absolute cap is $35 million. But if he wants anything more, or if he demands anything more, you got to kick rocks. Now, for them, I will say this. They need to focus on the run. Try to run the ball. Get Russell Wilson into the play-action passing game. They actually ran the ball decently. The issue was that they had 2 turnovers in this game, and that's what really put them behind and forced them to start trying to throw the football. Defensively, y'all got to blitz. You got to blitz and you got to attack. Your back end is not strong enough just to stand up. So you need to make sure that you're getting pressure on the quarterback. And with TJ Watt having his ankle and his thumb issue, you got to help him. You got to help him. But great win for the Kansas City Chiefs. Steelers, y'all better win next week. Moving on now to the next game, man. We got the Baltimore Ravens at the Houston Texans. The final score of this game was 31-2. This game was all Baltimore, man. We saw the Baltimore Ravens go crazy. Derrick Henry go for 147 and a tutty, and Lamar Jackson go for 168 and 2 touchdowns in the air and 87 yards and 1 tutty on the ground. When these two guys are doing what they're supposed to do, when you're running the ball out of the I formation, when you're just not getting cute, the Baltimore Ravens offense is unstoppable. The issue is that when they get into the big-time situations against the big-time teams, their play calling is horrendous. But great win by the Baltimore Ravens. Great job on the offense. Defensively, also great job. I mean, the Houston Texans offense has been trash all season if we're going to keep it a buck. C.J. Stroud has regressed dramatically. And I hate saying that because I'm a big C.J. Stroud guy. But he has regressed dramatically. And the reason why I say he has, and not blaming the offensive line necessarily, is that there's so many balls that I watch him throw that's selling. They're just selling. Just airmailing balls. And that's not his strength. In order for him to be what he was last year and to be a top 10 quarterback in this league, it depends on his accuracy. His accuracy and his football IQ. His IQ is still actually not far off. I felt like a lot of the balls that he was throwing, it was going to the right guy. He was throwing it to the right guy. Dalton Schultz on the out routes for a first down at the marker. Nico Collins on deep fades, deep posts. Like, they were the proper throws. It's not that he's taking some unnecessary risk. They're just dramatically off target. Dramatically off target. I wonder if he's hurt because he's been hit a lot this season. And also because he's been hit a lot, he's not setting his feet accordingly. But C.J. Stroud, I think this offseason he's going to kind of chill, focus, and hone in on his game, and just do that. Because you are a great player. You just got to make sure that you're doing the things you're supposed to do. For the Baltimore Ravens defense, man, great job. It's hard for me to judge you because the season offense has been struggling. But I will say I do believe that you guys have gotten better as the season have gone on, just like the Chiefs offense has. I still got my questions. What does it look like when you guys get behind? What does it look like when you guys play against a true passing attack? What does it look like when you go against a true play caller? Those are the things that I got questions about and that I can't wait to see. Moving on now to the next game, man. We had the Seattle Seahawks at the Chicago Bears. We're going to keep this short, simple, to the point. The game was trash. Geno Smith, to me, is a bottom 15 quarterback. You lead the league, and you damn near lead the league in passing yards. Like you're top 5 or something crazy. But yeah, you only have like 18 touchdowns on the season. What are we doing? Why are we throwing the ball like we are an efficient passing game? Like I just don't understand the play calling. I don't understand the commitment to Geno Smith. I don't understand any of it with them. The only thing I will say I have an understanding of what they're trying to build the defense to be and what it is. But outside of that, I just think the team is just not a good football team. Just keeping it a buck. Moving on now to the Chicago Bears. Y'all got a lot to figure out, brother. Y'all got a lot to figure out. Now, for me, I wasn't the biggest Caleb Williams fan. I know that. But I have questions about his IQ. I think that I've always felt like he depended on his athletic ability far too much to get him out of bad situations instead of using his mind and his arm. So with that being the case, you need to get a guy there that could legitimately develop him. I heard names like Pete Carroll come up, Ben Johnson, so on and so forth. I actually think Pete Carroll's a good fit. I really do. I really think it's a good fit. I think that like you could get Caleb to do a lot of what Russell did when he first started in Seattle. And also I think that would be good for Caleb. Some legitimate structure. Give him a good quarterback coach, a guy that's worked with star quarterbacks in Pete Carroll, Russell Wilson, Matt Leinart, he didn't have Mark Sanchez, I believe, but he had those type of guys. So with that being the case, I actually kind of like him there. He's going to have the defense be solid, so therefore you don't have to depend on Caleb. Caleb Williams don't feel this necessary pressure of like I got to score 30. No, I could score 17 and we could win because my head coach is leading his defense in a great way. And also the defense is already built for what they did in Seattle. Now, I'm not saying it will be the Legion of Boom. I'm not saying that. But it's already built for that with guys like Jalen Johnson, the young man Gordon. You got the safeties that are good safeties back there. You got the middle linebacker and Tremaine Edmonds. You got a decent front line. You got a pass rusher and Montez Sweat. So, like, there's so much there already that actually kind of mimics what they had in Seattle with Pete Carroll. I really do like Pete Carroll there. But we'll see what takes place. But at the end of the day, Seahawks, you kept your playoff chances open. Good win for you guys. Moving on now to the Saturday games. We had the Los Angeles Chargers go against the New England Patriots. The final score of that game, I believe, was 40-7. We saw Justin Herbert go for 281, 3 tutties, and Ladd McConkey go for 94-2. I mean, this football game was a tale of two classes of teams. You got a playoff caliber team, and you got a trash team. The playoff caliber team won. What can you take away from this for the Chargers? J.K. Dobbins came back. Big deal. Now you have a playmaking coming out of your backfield. Ladd McConkey just continue taking steps, continue building confidence, and that's great to see. Your quarterback is building more confidence and more rapport with his wide receiver options. Your offensive line, when they go against an inferior defensive line, can they dominate? They absolutely dominated. Your defense, same thing. When you go against somebody that's not on your caliber, do you dominate them? They dominated them. Great win for the Los Angeles Chargers and a great step to go ahead and get into the playoff field. They locked in, but I'm saying like getting prepared to go against those playoff teams. The likelihood is that they'll probably be playing the Baltimore Ravens, I believe, in the first round. And I actually think that could be a good matchup just a good game. Just a good game. I think it'd be a really good game. Moving on now to the next game, man. We got the Denver Broncos at the Cincinnati Bengals. Actually, pause. Let's skip that. We're going to come back to it real quick. Let's go ahead and go to the Cardinals and Rams because it's going to be real quick. I don't really have much to say about this. This game was just as bad as the Seattle Seahawks and Chicago Bears. The only difference is that we got 2 touchdowns out of it. For the Rams, y'all's offense got to be better. If you guys are going to go into the playoffs and actually have something to do there, your offense has to be better. I think your defense is decent. You guys are decent on defense. But offensively, y'all are supposed to be a team that's able to score 25 points a week, and you're not. and you're not, and that is a concern for me. So for the Rams, Puka Nacua, you balled out. I want to say he had like a $126 or something like that. You balled out. He's one of the best after the catch guys in the NFL. But we got to actually get some big plays created, because also I believe that will open up the space for Kyren Williams to be far more effective in the running game. But great win by them. That's a big step for them making the playoffs. I want to say that they're damn near locked. I know they're not locked officially, but I want to say it's pretty much locked in. Now let's circle back to this game. We got the Denver Broncos at the Cincinnati Bengals. The final score of this game was 24-30. This game went to overtime. We saw Bo Nix go for 219, 3 touchdowns, one interception and 31 rushing yards. And we saw Joe Burrow go for a hot 412 yards and 3 touchdowns. I got a lot of issues with this game. So, first of all, let's look at the Cincinnati Bengals offensive line. Y'all got dominated. Y'all gave up like 8 or 9 sacks in this game. That's ridiculous. Y'all got to protect this man. I know this is one of the better pass rushing units in the league and one of the better defenses. But how about you guys take some pride in yourselves? And how about you not let your star quarterback, your top 3 or 4 quarterback, get hit all the damn time? Maybe that will help your chances of winning. We saw Chase Brown get hurt. That's a big deal for them. Wide receivers, man, we saw T. Higgins go crazy, and we saw Mike Gesicki have a great game. Jamar Chase did what Jamar Chase does. My issue is with the Bengals is this. The reason why you guys are not in the playoffs has nothing to do with luck, has nothing to do with anything like that. The Chiefs did not beat you off of luck. You guys are a dumb football team. That's just keeping it a buck with you. The IQ of the team is just awful. Y'all commit penalties left and right. That's what y'all do. That's why I'm saying that game against the Chiefs wasn't luck. Y'all commit penalties all the time. All the time. Then when you go into situations that you had against the Dallas Cowboys, Jamar Chase is scoring a touchdown. Kill the clock and win the game. Why are we even giving the Cowboys an opportunity? And guess what? That should have bit you in the ass this week. Why did we go for a touchdown there, bro? Whether we had to call the timeout because of the injury, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. The Broncos still only had 1 timeout. Kill the clock at the most that you can. Guess what? Bo Nix doesn't have the opportunity to throw that prayer of a touchdown that did happen. Then you get into the overtime. You get the ball first. You get stopped. Then you are lucky that Sean Payton did not want to win this football game. The play calling from Sean Payton when it was 17-17 for the rest of that game was horrendous. Horrendous. And in that overtime, those 3 plays were some of the worst 3 plays I've ever seen him call. Why are we throwing the ball behind the line of scrimmage when all we have to actually do is tie and we're in? We don't even need to win this, John. We just need a tie and we are in. Now I'm going to throw the ball behind the line of scrimmage. I'm going to take the risk of losing yards. I'm not going to kill the clock. Like, what are we doing? My quarterback just tied the game. He's hot. Now, also on Bo Nix, for you got to set your feet, young man. Every pass can't be a jump pass. You got to make sure you're setting your feet. That's where you're going to have the most pinpoint accuracy that you can make the plays that you can make. This is a young football team that made a lot of dumb mistakes, and the head coach was scared because actually you should have went for 2. Your quarterback was hot. You was on the 2-yard line. You're going against a garbage defense in Cincinnati. Go for 2. Win the damn game. Win the game. But for the Bengals, good win. Good luck making the playoffs. You need a lot to take place because I do not see the Colts or the Miami Dolphins losing today. So those of you that don't know, the Bengals need to win out. They need the Broncos to lose to the Chiefs backups next week. They need Miami to lose both games, which they got the Browns today, and then I think they got the Jets next week. Did or maybe they got the Bills. Oh, no, they got one. Yeah, they got the Jets. They got the Jets next week because the Bills got the Patriots. So that should be 2 wins for the Miami Dolphins. In Indianapolis, they're going to have Houston or Tennessee next week. Which Houston, if they got them, they're going to bench the starters next week. Houston ain't playing; they already clinched the division, so they're going to bench the starters. So with that being the case, I don't really see a route of how Cincinnati gets in. But good job, you gave yourself an opportunity, and y'all got Pittsburgh next week, and Pittsburgh really needs to get on the right track. So, hey, you guys, that's all the games that's been completed so far. So let's go ahead and get to these games that are not completed. Get into the games that's taking place on Football Sunday and on Monday night. And the first game that we're going to start off with is the Indianapolis Colts at the New York Giants. The Colts are minus 7.5-point favorites. Anthony Richardson is not playing this game. He has a back issue, so he is not playing. So we're going to see Joe Flacco take the helm. I think the Colts should cover this spread, but I think that this game could be kind of closer. It's supposed to be raining a lot. So, therefore, it's going to be a lot of running taking place. And if I was the Giants, I'm just going to bet on the run. I'm going to bet on the run. I'm going to force Joe Flacco to make the plays. So, I would be blitzing. I would be sending at least 6 guys every possession. At least 6. That's just what I would do. I'm going to run man on the back end because this year we have not seen Michael Pittman create a lot of separation or any of these guys. The only guys that we see create separation is Josh Downs, in which he is more of a short yardage route running guy, slot guy. So therefore, like in order for him to make an explosive play, he typically has to break a tackle or something along those lines. I would be honing in on stopping Jonathan Taylor, and that's it. That's all I would do if I was them. For the Indianapolis Colts, you guys better win this football game, man. It's an easy win. It's an easy dub. You should easily win this football game. Defense could win this game by itself. So if I was them, that's what I would expect. Expect to see a lot of running the ball. I would probably say this. I would not go with the point spread in this because I just see this being a muddy, ugly game. And honestly, I want to say the point total was like 40 points. I don't really see it getting that high. I can see the final score of this game being like 17-6 or something along those lines. Moving on now to the next game, man. We got the New York Jets at the Buffalo Bills. The Bills are minus 10-point favorites. I think that's a big spread. I think it's fair, though. I do think that it's very, very fair. And if you want to take the point spread, I hear you. I would take the money line on this one as well. The Jets usually end up playing the Bills tough. But with Aaron Rodgers having, I want to say, a strained MCL playing through right now, and Devontae didn't practice much this week, and all that kind of stuff. The team is just trash already anyway. The Bills are coming off an ugly game, so they're about to come into this game with the hype of trying to get back right because they now can't get the number 1 seed. So they're sitting next week. They're not playing next week at all. So this is going to be your last time to see your team in full effect. They're going to come out there, I think, to dominate. So with that being the case, I would take the money line still, but I would not be shocked at all if they beat the Jets by at least 14 points. Moving on now to the next game, we got the Tennessee Titans at the Jacksonville Jaguars. I ain't going to lie to you. I ain't talking about this game. So let's move on to the next. We got the Raiders at the New Orleans Saints. Once again, we ain't wasting our time talking about this game. Do what y'all want to do with that game. Going on to the next game, we got the Carolina Panthers at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are minus 9.5-point favorites. I don't know. I don't like how big that spread is. The Panthers at least almost beat them last time if they did not beat them. I want to say they almost did. I want to say they lost in overtime. But Bryce Young, man, he's playing well, and the offensive line is playing a lot better. They're running the ball effectively. I just thought about that, guy. Sorry, Chuba Hubbard is out for the season. Okay, I'm with it then. I'm with it. Okay, the point spread is fine. The Buccaneers should win this football game. Great game upcoming. I'm calling it for Mike Evans. I can see him having a really good day. At least 80 yards and 2 touchdowns, in my personal opinion. Hey, the Buccaneers, y'all need to get this dub in order to make the playoffs, to have an opportunity of making the playoffs. Moving on to the next game, man, we got the Dallas Cowboys at the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are minus 7.5-point favorites. We're going to have Kenny Pickett in this game, not Jalen Hurts. Just run the ball. Run the ball and just do your thing. That's all you got to do. And you're going to win this football game. I would take Philly on the point spread in this game because I want to say it's supposed to rain. The running game for the Cowboys isn't great. The defense of the Eagles is a good defense. And the Cowboys don't have the playmakers to do it, and CD Lamb isn't even playing. So I would take the point spread. I will go to Philadelphia Eagles to win this football game. Going on now to the next game, we got the Miami Dolphins at the Cleveland Browns. The Dolphins are minus 3.5 point favorites. I want to say I saw a report that Tua was doubtful, but we'll see what happens. To me, doubtful just truly means questionable. If he is doubtful, I still will go with the Miami Dolphins to win this football game. I think they can just win this game by running the ball and playing great defense. DTR is also banged up, and he's going to be the starter once again. And I don't really see the Browns offense doing too much. I could see them maybe scoring a touchdown, but I really would say, honestly, I could see them maybe getting 2 field goals, and that's it. I could see if I score this game being a good 20-6. You're just trying to get in and get out if you're Miami, especially if Tua's not healthy. Get in, get the ball to Devon Chain, Raheem Mostert, let them kill the clock, get your points, get out of here. That's all that you want to do. So I would take the Miami Dolphins on the points. I think they're going to win this game pretty easily. Moving on now to our games of the week. We got the Green Bay Packers at the Miami Vikings. This is the game this week. The game. The Vikings are minus 1 point favorites. I think that is too low. It should be at least minus 3 because the home team automatically get 3 points. Therefore, they're saying that the Green Bay Packers look better than the Minnesota Vikings. And honestly, in many ways, they do, if we're going to keep it a buck. But there's one big but. The Packers have not beat anybody of the caliber of the Minnesota Vikings. They have none of those type of signature wins. So with that being the case, I will still go with the Green Bay Packers to win this football game. I think they are more well-balanced than the Minnesota Vikings. I think they are a more balanced defense. There's not a hole in that defense. If I'm playing against the Vikings, I would be attacking the corners. But you don't really know where to attack when you're going against the Green Bay Packers because they're just pretty steady at all of the spots. Offensively, once again, for the Green Bay Packers, they can run the ball at a decent rate. They can throw the ball to 4 different wide receivers. They got 2 different tight ends. They have a decent offensive line. Like, it's so much happening. And now it's the second time that they're seeing this defense in this season. Now, remember the first time they played, they only lost by 2, and that was Jordan Love coming off of injury, forcing his way to play in that football game. Now he's healthy. If I was the Green Bay Packers, I'm going to control the clock. We're going to control the rhythm of this game, and we're going to limit the opportunities that the Minnesota Vikings get. Now, for Minnesota, you got to attack through the air. If you guys are going to win this game, you are attacking through the air. You are getting that defense to back the hell up, and then you're going to close out running the ball with Aaron Jones. That's the best way to attack. If I was them on defense, blitz Jordan Love. When I watch him, he struggles the most when you blitz him. Blitz his ass. Light him up. That's what y'all need to do with him. And then if y'all could get that done, you'll win the football game. But I will personally be picking the Green Bay Packers in this game. Obviously, I would take them on the points. Moving on now to the Atlanta Falcons at the Washington Commanders. Big time playoff game in the sense of like playoff contention. The Commanders are favored to win this game by 3.5. I agree with that. It's supposed to rain and things of that nature. I will go with the Washington Commanders to win this football game. Mainly because they're at home. But to be honest, this game is going to be tight, and this game is a 50-50 game. I would take the Commanders on the money line. I think the point spread is fair, but I would take them on the money line. But the Commanders back end struggle sometimes, and the Atlanta Falcons have the wide receivers to exploit that back end. Also, they have a great running back in Bijan Robinson that could dictate the pace of the game. There is a true formula for them to win this football game, and they possibly can. Now, for the Commanders, I think that if it rains, it actually bothers them in this game more than it bothers the Atlanta Falcons. If it doesn't rain and they got fair weather, I think that Jaden Daniels can have a big day against this team. I really do. But if it does rain, now you limit Jaden Daniels and what he could do. That's when I think now that the Atlanta Falcons have their number. I'm going to go with the Commanders in this game, but it's going to be a really good game, a fun game to watch tonight. Moving on now to Monday Night Football. We got the Detroit Lions at the San Francisco 49ers. The Lions are plus 3.5 point favorites, which I think is very slim. But honestly, you guys, I see fireworks taking place in this game. I see this game being a high-scoring football game. I see this game easily being 35-31. I think that the Niners are going to come in this game wanting to showcase what they are, man. They're not making the playoffs. They played against this team in the playoffs. They beat them, but it came down to some last-second stuff. It's a big game. It's a game for you to make your mark. And for Brock Purdy, this is your money bag game. You are trying to get your bag back because you lost a lot of money. So if you're going to get your bag back, you got to do it in this game. How do the 49ers win? Control the clock, man. Run the ball. Throw to make explosive passing plays off of the play action. Let Isaac Guerrero have a big impact on this game. Utilize George Kittle the way that you've been doing, and make sure that you get the ball to a guy like Deebo Samuel, because in this game specifically, the Lions can have a lot of trouble tackling players. And one of the hardest guys to tackle in the league is Deebo Samuel. Give him the football. On the Lions side, just attack. Attack. Throw the ball. Make sure you're getting Amon-Ra St. Brown involved early, so then you got him late. Make sure that you're getting Jameson Williams behind the defense. Utilize Jahmyr Gibbs on outside zones more so than inside zones. You want to stretch out that linebacker core. Stretch out Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw and all those guys. Stretch them out. You want to try to take them out the game the best that you can. That's how I would approach that. Defensively, honestly, good luck. I mean, you guys got so many guys injured and things like that. It's just hard. You can't keep replacing people. But if I was you guys, I think I would just be blitzing. I'm going to be aggressive early and blitz. Try to get ahead. And if you can't get ahead late in the game, that's when you start running zone. That's just my personal opinion. Moving on now to our best of the day. Best of the day are Saquon Barkley scoring an anytime touchdown. Jonathan Taylor getting an anytime touchdown. Jaden Daniels and Michael Penix both throwing for over 1.5 touchdowns. So I got both of them getting at least two passing touchdowns in this football game. Hey, you guys, we got through. We did it within our time frame. I'm happy that we got it done. Thank you guys for listening to me. Sorry, my voice might be a little raspy, a little more deeper than usual. And now I apologize for it. But hopefully by next episode, next Thursday, hopefully I'm feeling a lot better and we don't have this same issue take place. Thursday, we're going to get more into the details of the playoffs and things of that nature and awards and things like that. But as of now, enjoy your football Sunday. Hey, y'all, this is No True Ball with your host, Brian Payne. Please like, share, subscribe, follow. Holla at your boy. Go ahead and hit me up in the comment box on Facebook, Twitter, or on YouTube itself. Hey, you guys, thank you for watching. This is No True Ball with your host, Brian Payne. Peace.